I bought this filter. It's from 3M, and it reduces 99% of lead. And this is the model number. Yep, there we go. It's 3US-MAX-S01, and you usually install it under your sink, and it lasts about 6 months. So let's see if we can install this, and hopefully this video will be helpful to you. Just in case, this is the side of the box, in case you just want to know what it reduces. And here in this case, it reduces lead by 99.3%, which is what I'm looking for, among other things. So let's see what's inside the box. Alright, so now open this up. First thing is the filter. This is the filter that this uses. It's the 3US-MAX-S01, and it's specifically for this filter. So when you're buying this, if you want to reduce lead in your water, you should buy this same filter. Yeah, I believe they have a second one that all it does is reduces the taste in the water, but that's not important to me. Next, inside the box, we have this. So there's supposed to be 2 hoses here because this attachment kit, which is important. Let's see what else we have in here. Alright, so this is what we use to hang it. So we gotta hang it on somewhere underneath the sink, and we attach the filter to the bottom of that, just like so. So just in there, and you do a quarter turn, and it goes in. This is the outlet, and this is the inlet. So when the water comes in through here, and it exits through here straight up to your faucet. So I'll show you how to do that. And I'm just gonna turn the box upside down so we can get everything out of here. Let's see what else comes out. So we got the instruction manual, and it shows the 2 different sizes that they have. It's just a performance data sheet specifically for this filter. This is a little kind of like a timer. It lets you know when the 6 months are up, because this filter lasts for 6 months approximately. Comes with 3 screws, and those screws are basically to attach this to one side of underneath your sink. One here, one there, and the last one smack in the middle right here. It also comes with this. It tells you that they can remind you as long as you send them a text to 23624, but I'm not gonna need a reminder. Before we install anything, make sure that underneath your sink is clear. You don't have anything under that, because you're gonna need to figure out where you're gonna install your filter. And now what I decided to do is I decided to install my filter on this side. The reason why is because back there we have drywall. I don't want to install on drywall. I don't want to have to look for the stud or anything like that. And you can tell there's not much space to put anything back there. The other reason why I want it here is because that's my cold water pipe, and I need to install the filter to that cold water. I don't want to put it right across, so I just put it right next to this side, and that should work for me. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out where we're going to put this filter. Remember, you need at least 2.5 inch clearance from the bottom of this to the bottom of the filter itself. So for that, just make sure that when you can just basically stand the filter wherever you're going to place it at. Then wherever you're going to screw the filter to, you need at least 2 inches from the top of that filter to where you're to the top, to this area right here. You can kind of like calculate probably somewhere right up here. So you need about 2 inch clearance from here to the bottom, and for me, I think I'm gonna install it somewhere around here. That gives me plenty of room. And the reason why you want that room is basically if you want to install the filter, you need room to place that filter right under. So that way you can remove it also and have the space to remove that filter. So again, 2.5 inches from the ground, and I think that height would be perfect for me. That's what I'm gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark two locations where I'm gonna screw the screws up here, and then I'll come back. All right, so I want it somewhere here. So you can tell I marked a spot right here. Hold it right there, boom. Another spot right there. So I have 2 spots where I marked it. So the next step is for me to put the screws. And for that, I'll probably need a drill. So I have my drill. For you, it might be different. Maybe you might have room. Alright, so that's the first. And make sure this is gonna hit properly. So we're gonna have it right here, and it looks like the other mark that I did is just about right. So I'll make another. I'll put another screw on the other mark. So let's try this again. Finally, try this again. Fits right in. You can tell that it's sitting just right, and I should have plenty of room here. So this gives me close to 5-6 inches difference, which is perfect. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pre-drill that hole, but I'm gonna remove the screw because I don't need it yet. There it is. So I needed to pre-drill it just in case. But for now, I'm gonna have to remove this now that I have everything where I need it, because I'm gonna have to remove the hoses. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut off the cold water. And unfortunately, this cold water is not a quarter turn. This is. Alright, there we go. Cold water shut off. Next, I'm gonna go to my faucet, make sure I open the cold water, make sure that I don't have all the water in that line, just a little bit. I'm gonna disconnect this hose right here. I don't have a wrench to use here. I can't find one right now, so I'm using this adjustable wrench, which works just fine. Now you're gonna have some water dripping down, so I'll get ready to clean a little bit, because there should be some water. There should be some water in there. All right, let me see. So this is gonna catch some of the water dripping down. All right, that's about it, I guess. Now you notice that my hose also has a connection. I'm gonna see if I don't know if I'm gonna remove that. Gotta double check and see if my attachment actually works with it. But for now, what I gotta do is I'm gonna connect to that. I'm gonna connect the piece that comes with the kit. So this blue hose comes with a kit. It comes with this, I guess this should be like a copper collar type of fitting with this plastic little ring. So this side is thicker than the other side. So you insert this copper fitting in here. Make sure that the area where you gotta thread it to is towards the outside of the copper fitting, or towards the outside of that hose, towards the end of the hose. And then this little piece, the thicker side goes towards the hose, the thinner side goes towards the end of the hose, so that it fits in this manner. Part of the installation kit for this is also you need to put in a third piece that goes with it, and is this little guy right here. So you gotta insert that in here. Let's see if I can. Now you place that in there, and once you place it in, now you can put this over and just screw it onto the main water supply, or the supply from that shut off valve right there. So yeah, so now what we gotta do is we gotta go ahead and insert this in here and then screw it onto it. Now I'm gonna tighten that. See if I can do this while holding the camera. Should be tight enough. Now, one thing you should always do is you always test it. So just pull it up and see if it comes off. So it's staying in there, which is exactly what we wanted to have. So now it's time to connect this to the hanger, to the area where we hang the filter. So here we are. So as you can tell, this is the inlet. This is where the water comes in. So the water is going to come in from that shut off to here. And what you do is you take your hose, the blue hose that comes with the filter, and you insert it in here. This is a press fitted type of connection, so you should just push all the way through until it reaches the end, and then pull on it and see if it comes off. And it's clearly in there. It doesn't come off when I pull on it, so I know it's perfectly exactly where I need it. It's all the way down there, all the way at the end. So just make sure you push it all the way through until it hits the end of it, so that way it doesn't come off. So I have this one done. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my other hose, but like I said, my connection here, as you can tell, this pipe that goes up to, or this hose that goes all the way up to my faucet, it has a second one connected to it. So I'm gonna remove them first before I do anything else. I'm just gonna just remove them from here, so that way I can just deal with one, because this is too long anyways. So back to you. Alright, so I managed to disconnect the hose. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect this to that little attachment. So that's next. I'm gonna just screw it on. Remember, this is plastic. Just be gentle with it. Don't tighten it too tight, because you can damage the threads of the plastic. But that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna screw this to that. Right, here it is, and I already screwed it in. So the next step is I'm gonna put in the other blue hose that is provided. I'm gonna press it in here, meaning I'm gonna push it all the way in until it hits the end of it, because these are press fitted, so you don't have to attach anything to it. Just push it in. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And there's the second one. See, press fitted. I pulled it, it didn't come off. So finally, the end of the blue one, which is this one, is going to be to the outlet of this attachment up here. So I'm going to press fit that too. Alright, so this is the outlet part where I connected the hose to. So now I have the inlet that is connected all the way over to the shut off, and I also have the outlet That's where the water is going to come out through after it passes through here through the filter. It's going to come out through, go all the way up to the faucet on the top, the sink. So now everything is connected. All we got to do now is just hook this back up to where I had it before, which was up here. So here it is. It's all the way up there. I'm gonna make sure that all these hoses are not all tangled with anything around them. But for the most part, it looks like everything is fine. And then I'm gonna attach the filter. So let me just attach the filter now. Alright, finally. Alright, so now it shouldn't come off. It's pretty sturdy. First we gotta break this plastic. I use maybe a screw. Try to remove this plastic so we can get to the filter itself. Plastic removed. So now we gotta remove this red cap, because this is basically a cover for the filter itself. It's pretty easy to remove it. Just pull it up, and you notice that it has oil in it. Don't remove that oil. You need that oil first for lubrication when you're pushing it in, and also it's good because it helps it create a good seal so water doesn't escape. And you just twist it, and there it is. It's in. It doesn't come off. Just remember that when you're switching the filter, you can also remove this filter without shutting off the shut-off valve down there, because there's kind of like a shut-off valve in here too that automatically shuts off the water so it doesn't keep flowing through. But if you want to be safe, shut off your water and then remove the filter. You're still going to get a little bit of a spill of water, so you just have time to catch it. But now that everything is installed, now it's time to test it. And the way you test it is that you got to turn on your water and see if there's any leaks. If you find any leaks, shut it off again, and try to adjust the fitting, try to make it tighter, or whatever it is that you need to do to make that fitting not leak. But let's take a look at it and see if we have any issues. Also, you have to run the water for approximately 7 minutes, the cold water, so that way you can remove whatever carbon residue comes out of this filter. Just remove it through, so that way you have clean water coming at the end of it. So the next thing is we're going to open up the shut-off and see if we have any leaks. So here we go. See, I'm opening the water right now, and I don't see any water coming out of any spots here. I'm still trying to open all the way through. Alright, that's it. That's the end of it. So no water there. You can feel for water too to see if you have any droplets. Got nothing there. I'm trying to feel here too in this connection. I'm getting no water here. Up there either. And no water here. So it looks like everything is good now. Now what you do is run the water for the cold water for approximately 7 minutes, and you're all set.